And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however, and let's see what that's about. In the pocket, chucked it away, flag comes down.
So you got to move a little bit, right? Know where you are on the field, have some awareness. Tackle to tackle. You got to get outside of that tackle box in order to get that done.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly second and long. They'll run with Hunt on second down, and he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Third and long for Mayfield. They'll go screen here to Hunt.
They dialed up the screen pass on third down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it.
You can't block me. Regular. 55. Right there in the middle.
Now Mayfield on fourth down. He finds Beckham complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Mayfield now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's first and 10. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on second down. Back to the ground. This time it's Chubb. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Big play coming up. Here's third and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
They run it again with Chubb. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
Well, sometimes, Brandon, there's just not a secret to how things get done. He's been running well all game long, and they continue to rely on him in this key situation.
They told us they were going to rely on him. They have. He comes through there, a big third down conversion. Mayfield. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham, 30 yards, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game.
I'm not sure win-win is the proper term here, but it certainly felt like it. They got the touchdown they needed, but if I'm on the defensive side of the ball, okay, you got the touchdown, but it sure took you a long time.
Yeah, because offensively there, you're probably hoping for a 1 to 5 play drive. That one ate up a little more time than they were hoping.
You're exactly right, and if you have that 1 to 5 play drive, you actually build up momentum and even more hope. When they had to slog their way downfield, they got the touchdown, but it's almost like, you know,
it doesn't feel right.
Exactly.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You've got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all of their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you've got another thing coming.
Yeah, and by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
And now this is Hilton on the receiving end.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. 4th down conversions this drive now 3 for 3.
I'd love to get a look at his play chart right now because he obviously has confidence in everything he has written down in terms of short yardage and going for it on 4th down.
On 1st down, Mack. Oh, and Mack has the ball stripped. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. They keep it on the ground. Mack again. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. They'll run on 1st down. It's Mack, and I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. Now the Browns signal for the 2nd of their timeouts as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game. On 2nd down now, it's Mack. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5. Coach, they love their crab cakes and they love their football. That's what Maryland does. And we are at M&T Bank Stadium down near the Inner Harbor of Baltimore. The 2 teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with Andy Dalton and the Cincinnati Bengals. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Here's a guy coming off a strong rookie season, Gus Edwards. And that is the kind of tackling they want to see all game as he'll lose yardage to start things out. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 29-yard line. 50 up, go. 56. Check 56. In your face.
Jackson from the shotgun. Catch is made by Marquise Brown. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first. For Lamar Jackson, his first NFL start came against the Cincinnati Bengals November 18th in Baltimore of last year. And he threw for 150 yards, ran for 119 more as the Ravens won 24-21 to kick off what became a 6-1 final stretch that got him the AFC. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Bengals grab it. Look at this, middle of the field, a breakaway. And this is taken into the end zone, a fumble recovery, and a Cincinnati touchdown. Huge play by the defense, not only to force the fumble, obviously, but to return it for a touchdown.
And I know it's no fun for anyone who plays offense, but isn't it fun to see how a defense rallies when there's a fumble return and everyone tries to find someone to block and bring it all the way home?
I always like their celebrations because they don't get there that often.
No, they're not choreographed very well usually.
This will be taken in at the 1. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. The drive starts with a carry by Edwards. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. 16 yards on that one and a Raven first.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game.
Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too.
The throw here to Andrews, the tight end. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So a big play as it gets him all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10.
Check 26, check.
Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, it's Derrick Henry. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. They'll try the right side with Henry.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
56. Watch QB draw. Watch QB draw. You go tight. You got tight. You got tight right there. Switch. Go tight. Yeah.
On 3rd and 1, Jackson. That's into the hands of Edwards. They'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. Gus Edwards, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Justin Tucker for the extra point. And the kick here is good with a penalty flag down as well, and they may have run into him after the kick went away. So 5 yards for running into. Lucky it wasn't 15 for roughing.
No doubt about it, because they protect the kickers and the guys holding the ball almost as much as they protect quarterbacks in the pocket. They don't want those types of injuries.
And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. This is Joe Mixon, 4th in the NFL in rushing last season. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. This will be caught by Brown. Give him 30 yards there.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great, and what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big game. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
On 2nd and 12, Dalton. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. The Bengals passing game finding a rhythm. They've got another first.
1st and goal, Cincinnati.
So we have now seen connection number 1 between Dalton and Adriel Jeremiah, A.J. Green.
Say that again.
Adriel Jeremiah.
Look at you.
And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Joe Mixon with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead. And they're able to run it in. It started with a battle in the trenches. They won there, and they got in for 6 points.
And that's going to be a tough one for the defense to deal with. They've got to go to the bench now and figure out how we're going to slow down this running game, because on that particular play, they had no answer.
This fielded at the 2. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Double dog, that's the way.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. He's got his man, it's Andrews. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore 1st down. Nice throw there by Jackson. You think about what a boost he gave Baltimore the middle of last year, led them to victories in 6 of their last 7 games as a starter, replacing Joe Flacco, who had the hip issue. And that strong finish was good enough for the Ravens to capture their first AFC North crown since 2012. And now Jackson's a known commodity. He's the unquestioned starter, and with increased expectations and pressure on the former Heisman Trophy winner. That one good for 13 and a Raven 1st down. Jackson and the offense come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. Henry running right. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
A quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Steps away to his left. And he's going to keep it here. Jackson always a threat to run. He's got the 1st down. He was the NFL's leading rusher among QBs a year ago.
Now, those are the ones that hurt defensively. You do everything right. Excellent pressure, good coverage downfield, and then he slips out the back door and turns it into a nice gain.
He's crashing.
This is the rookie from Oklahoma State, Justice Hill. Sean Williams that time in on the stop. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
That's the end of the first quarter with the score Bengals 14, Ravens 7.
Hey, watch his flat, watch his flat. Watch his flat. Watch his flat. That's 57. 57's mine. All right, T, let's go. All right, T. 57's the mic. 57.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson forced out to his left. Roberts got it. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down.
56, right there, 56. Got one. Watch out. Wide, get wide.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
2nd and goal from inside the 5. Now a give, right side. Grant, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Baltimore. Corey Grant, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Tucker with the extra point, and we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10 here. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game.
Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. To throw here, Dalton. He'll find his running back, Joe Mixon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11. Dalton, 1st and 10. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. A gain there of 30 big ones.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
58 to Mike. Pick it up, guys. Pick it up. 58, boys. 58 to Mike.
1st and 10 for Dalton. Being chased out left. And this will be incomplete.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10.
We got 4.
93, 52, 93, 44, 44. There you go.
To throw again, Dalton. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. And he's going to get to the 31, enough for the first down. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches.
First down, Cincinnati.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
57 Mike. Mike 57. Hey, D-back, let's go. Pick it up, D. 57.
From the gun, Dalton looks to throw. Dancing to his left. Incomplete.
Dalton on the keeper. Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. It leads to 2nd and 10.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
He's telling you, he's telling him right, We got three. We got three.
Throwing again. Dalton. Got a man open. It's Ross. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on third down. This is now the 9th play of the drive.
We ain't giving up nothing. Hey, Orbit.
49 the month. 49 the month.
Out of the gun, it's Dalton. Flushed out right. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack. And he hits the upright, but it caroms in anyway. Boy, plenty of distance there as he banks it in. And they take a 17-14 lead. And that one carries out of the side of the end zone here, so it's a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up.
And that's caught inside the 30. And they're going to have this way down in Cincinnati territory. A big play that time for the Ravens. 55 yards.
First down. First and 10 at the 20-yard line.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
56. Mike, 56. Right there. 56. Check. Mike, 56. Mike, 56.
Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Looking right sideline, but it's incomplete. Marquise Brown, the rookie, his intended target, but it's going to be second down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Check hot route. Hot. Cover. Shit. Hey, I got him. On me.
Running from the gun with Henry. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Only a yard on the pickup there, so it leaves them needing a conversion here on 3rd and a tough 9.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
Ready. 15 check 56. I'm coming. Check the backer. 80 weapons. Zoom. Mott's 56.
From the gun, Jackson. Flush to his right. And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So on 4th down, here's the Ravens Pro Bowl kicker Justin Tucker out onto the field. From the right hash, this from 33. Tucker's kick is good. Tucker named the league's all-pro kicker for the 3rd time in 2018.
Go ahead and admit it. The only time that you get excited about Justin Tucker kicking is when he actually misses.
It's
and
rare.
excited is not the right word. Surprise is more what we're talking about. 90.1% coming into 2019. He's incredible.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. Tie ball game, still a little more than a minute to go in the half. The question, can they put something together here, try to take that lead into intermission?
I would have to think that would be the goal for sure. I don't think you sit on anything here. Here's your opportunity. Push it downfield. As you mentioned, it's a tie game. So minus a disaster on your part, you've got that in your back pocket. Go ahead and try and get some points and feel great going into the half.
Now Joe Mixon. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half.
368.
Third down, a shot here for Dalton. Buying time to his left. Going deep for Eifert. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing here, Coach Davis?
Well, I'm trying something on first down.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Carlos Dunlap, the Florida Gator, chopping his way to the quarterback. They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. So nothing separating these two teams as we head to the break all square. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They'll stay on the ground, mixing again. 8 yards there on the carry, and now they're left with a much more manageable 3rd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They give to Mixon to try to pick it up. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Kevin Huber now as he'll kick it away for the second time. Watch out for Hill on the return. It's a net of 40 there, a punt of 48, and a return of 8. And the Ravens, they'll take over. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Their defense did its job, yielded no points. Now it's the offense's turn.
And how much fun is that when you set things up to start a half, and you just tell you guys, hey, if you can shut them down, get it back for our offense, we can roll. And they played out perfectly. Now, can the offense do what they wanted to do at the half, which is find those weaknesses and now attack them and score some points.
And break this tie. A first down carry for Henry. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10.
Safety screaming. 56 to Mike, boys.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game. And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
On third down. Jackson. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. Seth Roberts, his second touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
At the 25-yard line.
Watch motion, watch motion. 58.
Looking to throw on second down. Dalton. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, third and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way, and what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Call that an even 50 yards on the punt with 7 on the return. And that will come the offense as they take over. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Here's Grant. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Hardy Nickerson there to make the tackle.
2 yards on the pickup.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
56, check 56. He's tired of me. Echo.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Jackson, a short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
On the ready, 56. Mike's 56. Here we go, D. All day, defense, all day. All 56. Mike, 56. Right, go. 56. Not here.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jordan Evans picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest ones, maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
The Bengals drive about to get going, and they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Again, it's Mixon. And they're going to get this all the way out past the 20. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Mixon with a 1st down carry. And he'll take it forward for about 5 up to the 28-yard line. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
17.
On second down, here's Mixon. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on second down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Here you go, Cam. Hey, box truck.
58, Mike. Yeah, that's what I do.
And the Bengals on third down. Just 1 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
You bud.
So Dalton now. Steps away to his left. And this is going to be incomplete. Here's Kevin Huber now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now, the previous drive they punted, but that was just the first time they've had to do so in this game.
And when they turn on the game film, the coaches will rant about this, right? They'll say, oh, God, we got to move the ball, guys. We can't punt the ball away. But they have to keep smiles off their faces because that's the first time in the game they've had to do so. They've moved it quite well. They'll overall be happy with what they've seen.
2nd and 5 now. Jackson. Snead's got it. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it. He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
On 2nd and 11 now. Jackson escaping the pressure right. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The Ravens on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Jackson. And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. It's a pickup of 11 and a Baltimore first down. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
But that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
He takes it down to the 42, a 5-yard run. Now, I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
3rd down and 5.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down.
Alert 3.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he's got Snead. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. What a difference a week makes. 5 interceptions in their last game. Here we are, fourth quarter. He's played mistake-free football.
And I'm sure that we can look back on the past week and say, okay, he spent time in the film room and they worked on his mechanics. Sometimes it's just your team believing in you, your coaching staff believing in you, and you relax and play to your potential. He's doing that in this game.
This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on second down. Jackson eluding the pressure right, and he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up third down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is third and long. Jackson from the shotgun. And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's fourth down.
I think that was a good job there defensively. They did allow him to drive all the way downfield, but once they got their backs to the goal line, they really turned up the pressure.
Yeah, they let him get all the way down here. Now the field shrinks. They've struggled to convert, and that last incompletion brings up fourth. Back now on EA Sports as the kick teams are out here following the 2-minute warning. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line.
The Bengals take over first and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bengals drive about to get going. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, second and 10. That one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's third down. All right, here's Dalton. And Eifert has it. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. It's a gain of 26 as they pick up the first down in the process. They go play action here on first down. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And it's picked up by the Ravens. And they'll set up shop in enemy territory at the 45-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. It's a game. Hey, tight.
On first down, it's Grant. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the fourth. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up second and 10.
Here we go.
Oh, Jackson's going to throw it. It's caught by Roberts. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for 13 and a Raven first down. Throwing now is Jackson. It's Hill, complete. Call it a gain of 5. And that'll make this a second down. So the final seconds tick away in this Baltimore victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second-half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Ravens, their strong start to the year continues as they're up to 5-1. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Bengals, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.